trap. Yes, I am. 180 grams each bag. Already. Coca gang name bless me with the patch. Now when the wheels looking like sand. Got a couple shooters down here out of KC. Plus more down the street ain't even 18. Real killers round me with the red beans. One bags full of hash in that Billy Jean. Back down smart, only 29. Hit my phone, tone if you need a line. Turn my family flip, ask them how to pass me. Cause I'm the leader of the trap movement. I'm the leader of the trap movement. The trap movement. The trap movement. Cause I be in the trap while the packs move. The packs move. The packs move. I'm the leader of the trap movement. The trap movement. The trap movement. Cause I be in the trap while the packs move. The packs move. The packs move. 89 crack packs, man, I'm booming. Leader of the pack gang, it's a movement. Gang over everything, moving units. That we be selling, got them grooving. I keep a bad around me looking juicy. In the telly groupies try to make a move. But a nigga ain't budging unless that money coming. Dumb blood nigga out here really thugging. Keep a shooter on deck in a black tank. Neck shot, head shot, we don't hesitate. Catch me out here looking stunning in that SS. Little Bobby is the gang out the year track. I'm the leader of the trap movement. The trap movement. The trap movement. Cause I be in the trap while the packs move. The packs move. The packs move. I'm the leader of the trap movement. The trap movement. The trap movement. Cause I be in the trap while the packs move. The packs move. The packs move.
Oh yeah, 95.7 The Balls. Today is Black Friday. We encourage you to support those of the black diaspora. Without doubt, baby. You know, black people support everybody every day. We just want some reciprocation. And if you're from the black diaspora, it's our responsibility to support each other in business. Without doubt, baby. 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago, they were selling us. Or at least my ancestors. They were selling my ancestors. So we remind you who backs we stand on this morning. Oh yeah, I gotta remind you who backs we stand on. We stand on all our ancestors' back. You know, we didn't have this freedom of speech all the time. Nah, we didn't have this freedom of speech all the time. Some like it, some don't. That's all right. We're going to keep talking over here. Without doubt, baby, we got the biggest mic in the city. Oh, yeah, without doubt, we got the biggest mic in the city. Shouts out to the Burbs, the Bluffs, the O. Oh, yeah, no one does it like us. No one does it like us. Here in the metro area. So be purposeful today on supporting, a black business. You know, we got to raise the financial opportunities for everyone in all parts of this community. The only way to do it is to do it. But we got to participate. We can't depend on government. We got to depend on ourselves. Small businesses create the most jobs. Period. Got the stats, baby. You can start your own radio show here at 95.7 The Balls. Yeah, you can start your own radio show just like me. And you can educate, just like we do. We're looking for people in certain disciplines, business, real estate, medicine, mental health, relationship, mechanics, finance, law, education, general health, sports shows, me some sports shows, AI, I think we got that covered already, community news, career skills building, environmental shows, farming, ag, social, political, and natural health shows. So if you're an expert in any of those fields, or if you can bring something to the table where we can teach other people how to fish and brand yourself as the expert and grow your business to another level. We reach 1 million people every second. 95.7 The Boss with us.
Suave on the track. I always spend some time. I always spend no time. Lately I've been on my grind. I'm just trying to get mine. Lately I've been on my grind. I ain't wasting no time. I'm just trying to get mine. You don't fuck with me, that's fine. Either way, I'ma shine. Either way, I live my life.
I'ma get mine, no matter the cost. I'll be up in medication. Just pills here whenever I'm lost.
I've been reminiscing back when it was different. All the times that I was sitting, talking big guap, stepping public, I'm dripping, tripping bro, cause they be tripping. I got that for nobody, cause around me tripping. I'm just trying to grind, tell me my bitches living. Hustle too like God and all I see is riches. All I see is riches. All I see is riches.
I ain't wasting no time. I'm just trying to get mine. You don't fuck with me, that's fine. Either way, I'ma shine. Either way, I live my life.
We can go through all these changes. I'ma get mine, no matter the cost. I'll be up in medication. Just pills here whenever I'm lost. Ain't got no time for no people, except my family. Not a big dandy, I be sipping brandy. Leave up in my woods, slimming pills, but this ain't candy. Keep it 100, I got hundreds in my fanny.
I gotta keep it on me where I'm from, it ain't friendly. Snakes in the grass, so be careful who your friends be. Bringing them a past, little don't know the real me. Don't nobody know the real me. I've been on my grind, I ain't wasting no time. I'm just trying to get mine. You don't fuck with me, that's fine. Either way, I'ma shine. Either way, I live my life.
We can go through all these changes. I'ma get mine, no matter the cost. I'll be up in medication. Just pills here whenever I'm lost. Whenever I'm lost. Whenever I'm lost.
95.7 The Boss. Too Nice Guy. What's going on? Instagram. What's going on, Jerome? Oh yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling, y'all. You know, on this Black Friday, we encourage you to support a black business, without a doubt. We got a guest coming in later today, Dr. Franklin Thompson, going to come in and talk about his book. Former councilman, current author, record producer. He's going to be here around 8 o'clock this morning. Talk wherever you want to talk about. He's an elder. 95.7 The Boss. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. I'm going to play a story, y'all, on the election. You know, the local election is way more important than the national election. And so, you know, they have some voting initiatives and stuff that got passed in regards to voting. So I'm going to let you guys hear a little bit about this, what the Supreme Court have decided. You know, we got to stay in the 411. So let me go to the story real quick. And
this audio presentation
let you guys check it out.
brought to you by Union
957 The Boss.
Lincoln, a slate of decisions expected from the Nebraska Supreme Court Friday, and state officials will have major impact in what the state's ballot will include this November. The High Court is scheduled to rule on 4 lawsuits challenging 3 different ballot measures that would either alter Nebraska abortion policy or repeal a new law allocating funds for private school scholarships. Their rulings could remove all 3 measures from the ballot. 2 of the lawsuits are essentially identical and ask the court to remove a ballot measure that would amend the state's constitution to establish the right to an abortion up until fetal viability, which is generally considered to be 23 to 24 weeks of pregnancy. They allege the initiative violates a provision in the Nebraska Constitution that limits ballot measures to a single subject. A third lawsuit also relates to the abortion initiative, but it asks the court to treat the abortion rights initiative the same with a second initiative that would restrict most abortions beyond the first trimester. Lawyers on the case argued that under the same standards the previous 2 lawsuits use, both initiatives would violate the single subject rule, and therefore both should either be left on the ballot or removed.
Sponsor message, then we're back.
If you're ready for a family-owned bank that truly cares about our customers and the communities we serve, come to Union Bank and Trust. At UBT, people don't have your money. Your money has people. Member FDIC. The fourth lawsuit relates to a separate initiative seeking to partially repeal Legislative Bill 1402, removing the program and funding mechanism that allocates $10 million per year to fund private and parochial school scholarships. It asked for the initiative to be removed from the ballot, arguing that it violates a provision of the Constitution that limits ballot measures from impacting direct state appropriations. Arguments on all 4 cases were first made before the court earlier this week. Friday is also the deadline to finalize the general election ballot language, and multiple issues are still up in the air. Apart from the court cases, Secretary of State Bob Evnen has yet to officially certify 2 petitions that together seek to legalize medical marijuana in Nebraska. Also on Friday morning, Attorney General Mike Hilgers is scheduled to make an announcement regarding falsification of voter signatures uncovered in the state's petition signature verification process. The media advisory did not implicate a specific petition drive, but the medical marijuana initiatives are the only petitions that are still in the verification phase.
Next article.
All right, we got to pay attention to what's going on. You need to call your senators and, well, you know, this is at the Supreme Court. And these are the same people that, you know, approve the death penalty. You know what I mean? Thou shalt not kill. I don't know. Very hypocritical. I don't know. 95.7 the boss with us on this Black Friday. We're just going to just let it, you know, kind of like jukebox it this morning. We're going to let it jukebox this morning. I don't know what's going to be playing. I'm going to enjoy it just like you on this Black Friday. 95.7 the boss, y'all. 95.7 the boss. Enjoy yourself today. It's going to be a beautiful one. Boss with us.
Listen, why don't we matter to you? Why does our skin color bother you so much? How come everything we do offends you? Is it cause we used to know him? Is it cause we used to care? Is it cause we're brave, we're fighters, and we ain't never been scared? Is it cause we used to know him? Is it cause we used to care? Is it cause we're brave, we're fighters, and we ain't never been scared? Listen. We've been fighting for 400 years and sound. But we got really messed up. New generation real strong, real tough, and we done had enough. I said we done had enough. We ain't crazy, we woke. Our life ain't no joke. And if it's feeling devilish, I gotta call you out on it, period. Hey, I said if it's feeling devilish, I gotta call you out. We ain't crazy, we know. Our life ain't no joke. And if it's feeling devilish, I gotta call you out on it, period. Cause Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. No life matter until our Black Lives Matter. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I can breathe. I said I can breathe. Is it cause we used to know him? Is it cause we used to care? Is it cause we're brave, we're fighters, and we never been scared? Is it cause we used to know him? Is it cause we used to care?
Good afternoon to all the media in the room. Good afternoon to purpose of this press.
Why don't we matter? Why don't we matter? Why don't we matter to you? Cause Black Lives Matter. Cause Black Lives Matter. Is it cause we choose to know him?
You know, today there's been a lot of things in regards to Black people. Boycott. The Arabs are treating us bad. Yeah, the Arabs don't even like their own women. And they're trying to come over here and treat our women with disrespect. We're not going to have it. There's a lot of stuff going on in our communities. Police officers shooting an unarmed man. Got a lot of stuff going on in our community. I'm going to play this story by the courtesy of Omaha World Herald. Indicate that the police department, I'm glad that they made this decision because the community came out as a whole. Shouts out to the community. You know, I know we're reactionary, but at least they came out in full force as a unified force, even though it's a reactionary move. Let's be more proactive, and so we won't have to be reactionary. I'm gonna play this story from Omaha World Herald. Pause with us.
This audio presentation is brought to you by Union Bank and Trust. The Omaha Police Department halted the use of some no-knock search warrants, which allow officers to enter a location to search it without first knocking and announcing their presence, after an unarmed man was fatally shot during the execution of a no-knock warrant in late August. Omaha Police Deputy Chief Scott Gray said the department is unlikely to do away with standard entry or limited penetration no-knock warrants entirely, but use of the method was suspended pending a full review and assessment of best practices. The decision comes after Cameron Ford, a 37-year-old Omaha man who was under investigation for alleged drug dealing, was shot and killed by an Omaha police SWAT team member during a standard entry no-knock search warrant at Ford's home. Basically what we do in a standard entry is you're breaching the door and giving loud verbal commands, Gray said. If no one is encountered immediately, then they start kind of a slow, methodical search of the entire residence. In Ford's case, Omaha police SWAT officers broke down his door and quickly proceeded into his home shortly after 7 a.m. on August 28. According to statements from police and Douglas County Attorney Don Kleina, Ford was under investigation for alleged involvement in selling fentanyl and firearm possession. 11 seconds after officers breached the door of Ford's home, Officer Adam Vale fired one shot into Ford's chest as Ford appeared in the doorway of his bedroom. In later interviews, according to Kleina, Vale said Ford rushed at him without his hands visible, but body camera video of the shooting was obscured by a ballistic shield Vale carried. After Ford died, advocates called for the Omaha Police Department to stop using no-knock warrants altogether. The use of no-knock warrants has too often led to avoidable violence and heart-wrenching loss. Wayne Brown, the president and CEO of the Urban League of Nebraska, said on Saturday, "It is time to reevaluate these tactics and replace them with strategies that prioritize the well-being of both the officer and the residents. Police will continue to use other no-knock methods." Gray said there are 4 main types of no-knock warrants: breach and hold, surround and call out, standard entry or limited penetration, and take down and serve. The vast majority of no-knock warrants the Omaha SWAT team serves are executed using the breach and hold or standard entry methods. The standard entry method, used during the search in Ford's house, is what most people think of when they hear no-knock warrant. Officers breach a door without prior warning to the occupants and announce their presence once inside. They then search the location. Other search tactics look to minimize potential contact between law enforcement and subjects. In the breach and hold method, which Omaha has used frequently in recent years, officers breach a door and stay in an entryway while issuing verbal commands instead of actively searching a location. The surround and call-out method, which involves officers surrounding a location and commanding a subject to come outside, and the take down and serve method, which entails arresting a subject at a separate location prior to executing a search warrant, are used infrequently. Since 2021, the SWAT team has executed just 13 warrants using the surround and call-out method, and 4 under the takedown and serve.
Sponsor message, then we're back.
If you're ready for a family-owned bank that truly cares about our customers and the communities we serve, come to Union Bank and Trust. At UBT, people don't have your money. Your money has people. Member FDIC. While these methods may seem to minimize risk by limiting the potential for fatal interactions, like that between Vail and Ford, Gray said each present their own challenges. There's dangers either way, really, Gray said of the different methods. Ideally, if you could arrest somebody at a different location and then do a standard warrant service, that's probably the best outcome. But there are situations where individuals on our threat assessment score so high that the hope is your tactics will basically overwhelm them, and you're able to control the situation and not allow them to formulate a defensive plan, obtain a weapon, those kinds of things. After Breonna Taylor's high-profile killing in Louisville, Kentucky, by police officers executing a no-knock search warrant in 2020, the Omaha Department made changes to its no-knock policies. Now, a no-knock warrant must be reviewed and approved by a captain or deputy chief prior to its execution, and the SWAT team must serve all warrants that score over a certain level on the department's threat assessment. Gray said threat assessments consider many factors, including the subject's history of violence, mental illness or substance abuse, and their access to weapons. It also takes into account locational factors, like the presence of dangerous dogs or cameras. Each factor is assigned a numerical value and added up to produce a score. If the threat assessment score is 25 or higher, the SWAT team is called in to execute the search warrant, both in no-knock warrants and knock-and-announce cases. Ford scored an 80 on the threat assessment, according to police. No-knock numbers creep back up after decreasing in 2021. In 2017, the police department began tracking the number of no-knock warrants the Omaha SWAT team executes. Since then, the number of annual no-knock warrants has fluctuated between 60 and 115. Between 2017 and 2019, the SWAT team executed an average of 105 no-knock warrants per year. The number decreased to 77 in 2020 and, in both 2021 and 2022, the SWAT team executed 60 no-knock warrants. Last year saw the first increase since the policy changes, with the SWAT team executing 84 no-knock warrants. So far this year, there have been 72 no-knock warrant executions. Standard execution warrants have been used less frequently than in past years, as the breach and hold method became more common. About 36% of the total no-knock warrants executed this year were standard execution, compared to 52% in 2023 and 60% in 2024. Though Gray said it's unlikely the final review will result in the elimination of standard entry no-knock warrants, he said the department is open to other options and is always looking to be a national leader on best practices. My feeling is, there will be times where a limited penetration is necessary, just because of the extreme circumstances, but we're going to look at whether we can do other methods on certain cases to try to bring that risk down, Gray said. I don't think that means that standard entry warrants are going to completely go away, but maybe we use one of the other tactics. Or maybe we develop something new that is going to work better.
Omaha,
Next
the birds
article.
of bliss. Omaha, the
A
birds of bliss.
14-year-old boy who
I'm coming from experience, talking from a probation officer aspect. They did a controlled buy with that gentleman, and they talked about fentanyl, but the police is allowing fentanyl sales. They're allowing fentanyl sales on the streets. They know who are doing it. They could have arrested that gentleman when he sold them the fentanyl. It's illegal to sell fentanyl, but the police are allowing fentanyl to be in our streets. They doing it themselves. That's how they catch people. They sell. They go undercover and they sell drugs to us. This is how they get their charges, y'all. I thought fentanyl was illegal. Shouldn't the police be allowed to sell fentanyl when it could kill somebody? Should they be allowed to allow drug dealers to continue to sell fentanyl when they buy it from them? They could have arrested him then. See, you guys got to know the whole story. Here at The Boss, we got the whole story. They don't tell you that they bought drugs from him or they sold him drugs, either way. But they had an encounter. They could have arrested him way before then. They didn't have to go in his house. They had to do no knock warrant search. They didn't have to shoot him. They could have arrested him when he commit that crime of buying or selling fentanyl. You hear it all the time. They mention it during the presidential race. All y'all voting for Condoleezza Rice, or what's her name? Miss Harris. She prosecute people with fentanyl. But we're going to let our police departments all across America set up people by selling fentanyl. The police are selling fentanyl also. The police are putting out fentanyl in our streets also. They're putting out all kinds of drugs to catch these so-called criminals. That's what they do. Ask them their procedure, rich man, rich woman. Since y'all so arrogant, y'all displaced from real reality. Ask them, are they doing the bait and switch? Ask them, are they putting drugs on the streets to catch people? I'm law enforcement. That's what they do. Is that right also? Everybody want to talk about after the fact, but look what happened before. They could have arrested that gentleman before. And in most of these cases, they get evidence on a person. Either they buy something from them or they sell something to them. They can arrest them right there. They don't have to do no knock search warrants. That's putting officers in jeopardy. Officers have families also. Officers want to go home, but they commanding officers say you got to go in there instead of waiting till the person come outside. We got to look at some other tactics. We pay the salaries for this police department. We elect a mayor. The mayor determines the budget of the police department. We elect the damn mayor. Y'all act like y'all so soft around here. But the police are putting drugs on the streets. That's how they're setting up you and your children. They're going undercover and they're selling drugs. Isn't that illegal? Is that a tactic the police department should be using, putting drugs on our streets? That's what they're doing. I got to call it like it is, man. Because that gentleman, Brother Coleman, they sold drugs to him, or he sold drugs to them. Either way, they could have arrested him then. They know fentanyl is a terrible drug where it can kill people. They don't care about the people in North Omaha. They don't care where the drugs went to that they sold to him. The fentanyl. These are the tactics the police use. They put drugs on the streets to set up so-called criminals. And then they let them go. They let the criminal get away with the drugs, and then the criminal disperse the drugs in the community. We the boss over here, and it's Black Friday, and we are an endangered species. A black man here in Omaha, we are an endangered species. I got the statistics to prove it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Bring your scholars in here. Bring your chief, bring your mayor, bring whoever you want to bring your governor. Say, oh, Nebraska economy is so great. But ask the people that's suffering. Ask the people that were set up by the police department by buying drugs from an undercover agent. Oh, they selling drugs on the streets. They just like dope dealers like anyone else. But y'all got a blind eye over it. Y'all don't care until it happens to your family. Today is Black Friday. We call it Black Friday for a reason. 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago, you were selling us on an auction block. I'm encouraging us today, those of the Black diaspora, to also let us make the money. They sold us and made money. Let us come together and make money by doing business with each other. Can't change the past. Only thing we can do is affect the future. But we have to come with a philosophy, a methodology, and an implementation of a plan that's going to collectively raise the tide under our boats. So on this Black Friday, if you are even our Caucasian brothers and sisters, y'all light-skinned black. If you get tan, you light-skinned black. There's only one true white people on earth they call albinos. So we're breaking all stereotypes here at 95.7 The Boss. We're all family. Study anthropology. We fighting every day, and we all kinfolk. Every day we fighting, and we all kinfolk. You cannot tell me you can get brown out of white. You can't. You can't get tan out of white. You can't. I'm gonna send y'all back to preschool and box. I mean, y'all adults are so manipulated. You think you get brown out of white? It's impossible. Look at your crayon box. Go to your first grade teacher. They'll tell you. All you racist old folks. Got a lot of racist old folks around here. They teaching these young folks to be racist. But today is Black Friday. We purposeful over here. We're very purposeful over here. Not on accident at all. 2, 3, 4, 500 years ago, y'all was selling us. All you was shining us up. I think they had lard shining us a black diaspora, and we don't want to support each other. Friday, we can't come together and spend money with each other. We can't make money off of each other in a positive way. We got to do something different. The black man is the most endangered species here in Omaha. I got the statistics. Shouts out to Omaha World Herald. You know, letting us know that Omaha, Nebraska is the only place in America incarceration has gone up for the black boy and the black man. We're the only city in America. Why is that? Why is that? I'm gonna have to call state what's his name? The state auditor. That dude, Foley. That dude is, I don't know, he need to run for governor. He checking Republicans that's independent. He checking everybody. He said that they spend TIF money wrong. Yeah, Foley, he said cheap street. I've been telling you about the streetcar. Buffett told you too. They spending TIF money wrong. Matthew Stelly talked about this for years. God rest his soul. That they spending money that's supposed to be going for East Omaha, because East Omaha is the oldest part of the city. But TD Ameritrade got TIF money. One of the richest families in the world. They got TIF money. They got ghetto money. They got ghetto money, y'all. That money supposed to be going in the ghettos. The most blighted areas of the community. But 70, 100, 114. What street is it ain't TD Ameritrade no more. They sold it all. Charles Schwab. I didn't know 120th Street was blighted. Wow. But that's what they do with TIF money. They're supposed to have money for poor areas, and they give it to rich people. I keep telling y'all who the top criminals are. The politicians are the top criminals. Top politicians are the top criminals. I know they don't like it when I say it, but look at the record. How many criminals in Congress that went to jail this year? They had one dude called the Gold Bar. He had gold bars. Mendez, whatever his name, from New York. He had gold bars. Boy, they rob him and they sent Martha Stewart to jail. 95.7 The Boss, y'all, on this Black Friday. Let's be purposeful on supporting a black business. If you're from the black diaspora, that's our responsibility. And if you, our neighbors, are Caucasian, are Asian, are Native, our Arab, our Hispanic brothers, our Asian. We spend money with y'all every day. Black people spend with everybody every day. We just want to reciprocate it. Just give us one day where you seek out a black business. We generally bring a black business or entrepreneur, so you don't have no excuses that you don't know one. But we got black businesses all over this community, from Southwest Omaha to East Omaha. We're everywhere, like Lay's potato chips. All right, so let's be purposeful on supporting a black business today. Today is Black Friday. We're the only research radio station in the world. Our goal is to modify our behavior so we're better individuals, better family members, and better citizens. I know we got Gallup here, but Gallup has limitations. You know why? Because my mama couldn't read and write, so she can't read they damn surveys. We got 40, I think about 30% of our population is illiterate. And then now you got foreigners coming over here that's trying to learn a second language. Radio is the only true measure of the scope of the climate of a period. We get real-time therapy. I keep telling y'all, don't get caught up in my experiments. I'll be saying words, sentences, paragraphs in order to stimulate conversation and thought. I don't care if it's negative or positive. But I know for a fact, since we're talking about the police and the community came out as a whole, I didn't see our two former police officers there, John Ewing or Tommy Warren. I didn't see them at the conference, and they former police officers. But I saw everyone else there. I don't think I seen any police officers at that press conference. But let's keep it real. The police are out here putting drugs out here on the streets, y'all. They're setting up people. They buying drugs from so-called drug dealers when they can arrest them then. If the police are buying fentanyl from a drug dealer and then letting them go, isn't that a crime itself? Isn't that a crime itself? The police buy fentanyl from a criminal and then they let the criminal go. And they set them up, well, we're going to do a no-knock warrant on them. That's what they did to the brother Cameron. They did a controlled buy. They could have arrested him then. But they decided to go in later on and practice their cowboyish. Omaha, the Birds, the Bloods. We're going to take a quick break. We got the doctor in the house. Oh, no, not Dr. J. Dr. T. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. We're going to talk about, since y'all say y'all know about no black businesses, we got a businessman. Without a doubt. So it should be no excuse why we're not supporting each other here on this Black Friday. Remember, people are doing things intentional to us to entrap you. And as a former probation officer, this is the methodology of the police, man. This is their methodology. They go undercover and they sell you drugs. They put drugs on the street also to set you up and let some people go. What if they keep selling drugs and someone dies? See, I'm law enforcement. I'm letting you know how the inside is, y'all. Death is inevitable. They can't chump me over here. You can't threaten me. I already been that already. You already killed two of my brothers. So it's getting really real around here. I got two black grandkids. Oh, they 3 and 8. They black like me. And I'm going to fight for them to make sure that they have better conditions. Like my dad. Shouts out to the Air Force. And my mama sacrificed for me. So we got a guest coming up. We're gonna kick some history, a little bit of everything. Maybe kick some politics because he's a former politician. Maybe I don't know. I like this climate. The debate, I fell asleep on it. I thought it was funny though. People do eat dogs and cats, y'all. They do. They do. Don't get mad at me. I don't know if they eat it up where he was talking about. I don't know if a lot of black people eat dogs and cats, though. I don't know about that one. But people do eat dogs and cats. They eat lizards. They eat coyote. They eat alligator, frog legs. Y'all eat a little bit of everything. Omaha, the birds are blessed. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring our guests in the house. Again, today is Black Friday. Be purposeful. If you're from the Black diaspora, be purposeful on supporting those of the Black diaspora. And if you are neighbors, please support a Black business because Black people support you every day. We got the number one song in the city, Anjali, Timeless, and Big Wade, Black Swan Theory. They came together and produced a song called Ain't No Love. Majority of the music that we play here in the morning is local, from the Birds, the Bluffs, the O. And then also we play independent national artists from all around the country. So we got listeners from all over, from Florida to California, from New York to Arizona, where you want to call it. We got listeners, and the reason why, because we play you. We got another independent artist. He has a studio. He has many hats. So I want to, reintroduce him. We're gonna take this quick song, quick break. Ain't No Love Better Than the One You Got. And I heard this from an elder. I know we out here chasing the one that we like or we pursue. Well, we perceive we like or love, whatever. We chasing. But the elder said that love the one that love you. Love the one that love you. And sometimes we got to recognize it's not about looks. It's not about all those kind of tangible things that will deteriorate one day. You got to actually love the one that love you for your faults, because we're mammals. Our eras, they're gonna love you for that side, the total side of you. And once you find someone that does that, oh yeah, you don't need to go nowhere else. 95.7 The Boss. Ain't no love better than the one you got. Anjali, Big Wade, Boss with us.
It ain't no love, sweeter than the love that comes from, sweeter than the honey on the honeycomb, honey on love. And I don't ever want to lose this feeling. It's crazy how you make me feel different. Ain't no ordinary day. The way you're taking me up, and I know it ain't no love better than the one I got. You're sweet as can be, so special to me, and I swear it ain't no love, better than the one I got. It will always be you, all from up above. Bright as the sun, baby, I can't get enough. I'm so excited just to have your love. Even when things get tough, you lift my world up. Girl, I love when I'm sick. Give me that feel-good medicine. Hold me close to thick and thin. Oh, this love will never end. Ain't no love, better than the one I got. You're sweet as can be, so special to me, and I swear ain't no love, ain't nobody bad. Better than the one I got. It will always be you and me. And I know it ain't no love. It ain't no love. Better than the one I got. You're sweet as can be, so special to me. I swear it ain't no love. Better than my baby.
Always be,
Oh yeah, 95.7 the boss. You know, we're very purposeful, and the reason why is because we have to be. You know, God's blessed us with this conduit, and we just can't talk about just. We got to make sure that I'm gonna do what my mama did. She couldn't read and write, but the trust, loyalty, and man, I want to thank for all the neighbors that support our family, because if you have that disability, you can't even read signs. To Greater New Hope Baptist Church, the members that guided my mama, helped our family. This is how we survive, y'all. It's by our neighbors, the love of our neighbors. And that's what we do here at 95.7 The Boss. We love to brag off our neighbors. Without a doubt. We love to brag off our neighbors. And this brother right here, Democrats don't want to, they don't invest that much, because I remind everybody the original slave party. You know what I mean? Don't get mad at me because I know history. Shouts out to for teaching me my first history class. See, OPS is a great facility, even though it needs some improvement. It's a great facility. And so this gentleman right here is not only an educator for I don't know how many years. 46. A politician, I don't know for how many years.
21.
A father, how many years?
Oh, forever. Eternity.
And he's a husband. Sometimes you might be the wife. I see him sweeping every once in a while.
Yeah.
Hey, we do all the roles, without a doubt. No, but just to basically car sarcasm, because this brother is a gem of our community. I don't know if you should be in some kind of Hall of Fame. Honestly, for all the work, dedication in regard, and you even haven't mentioned the music yet. But as far as public service, 20-some years, in the politics side, 40-some years on the education side, that's 60-some years of dedication to making sure this community is in the best position it can be in. So we appreciate you. We want to give you your flowers while you're alive. Actually, if you don't like flowers, we're going to give you some cookies. Where you want, some ice cream, what you want.
Cookies.
All right. We're gonna go down to Pettit's Pastries when we leave here. Shout out to Pettit's. They celebrating their 70th year in business this year. I got another song. This brother, before we bring him on, I got a song by him. We're gonna play it. It's called Legacy. And since it's 8:14, this is actually what I'm doing for my family, and I know he's doing it for his family. Is creating a legacy. We play. The jeweler. We play the jeweler over here. Wishy-washy, baby. Wishy-washy.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, without a doubt. So he's creating a legacy. So when he's gone, his daughters can continue to take that torch or take that baton and keep running.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing I'm doing for my son and my grandchildren. My parents, they couldn't read and write, but they made sure I can read and write. So each generation is supposed to get better. We're not supposed to regress. We got to get better. We're going to play this song called Legacy. And we all got a legacy, y'all, that we got to live. And if we got someone that's coming behind us, let's build it for them.
I bet you didn't think I wouldn't make it when you gave me all that flag. And now you try to fake it even though you stabbed me in the back. You got a selfish attitude and you know what I'm saying is true. You are my brother and I promise to always look out for you. Open your heart and you'll see the power of our history. That you and I are family. What is your legacy? Do you ever think about the things you do for image? This is the real thing, boy. This ain't no playtime scrimmage. I always thought that you'd be on the top of your game. Instead you bring upon our race dishonor and shame. I search for new discovery in the pages of our history. What is your legacy? I never meant to hurt you, never meant you no harm. In fact, I am enamored by your talent and charm. Your life is more than just about monetary design. You gotta pay attention to the signs of the times. Open up your eyes and see that you have a destiny. What is your legacy? I don't need no preacher. I don't want no teacher. Don't wanna come halfway to meet you. Think about our history. I got a whole new thing. I got my rings and my bling. I got some paper and a little ching ching. What about your legacy? Help me understand why you wanna drop out of school. That is the way of miseducated fools. I really hope you understand that I'm on your side. When I look at you, I see potential so high. Don't wanna hear about Martin, and I don't know about Malcolm. Don't know Booker T or W.E.B. It's our history. I got qualified honeys, and I've been rolling on 20s. I got my 40s and my shorties. What about your legacy? I don't think you can look at the truth and deny. It's gotta be more than just a chemical high. It's gotta be more than just the bling and the chain. You don't have to be a slave to material things. What will your sons and daughters say about your legacy?
Now, what would your family say about your legacy? What actually have you done for your family? They say that Black people really don't leave any inheritance for the next generation, and that's today's knowledge. We got to change that, and that's a perfect song to lead to the discussion, because when I drive around, Elder, I ask God, why do I exist? You ever ask God, why do I exist?
I used to ask, but now I know.
Okay. So why do you exist?
Two reasons. One, to be a champion for children who hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those who I was fortunate myself to get a lot of help when I was coming up, and I want to pay that forward.
Right.
And then the second being to expose some of the lies that are out there that keep Black folk down.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's a lot of people don't know their purpose. And so when did you find your purpose? Because you're mature, man. Does it take you long to find your purpose, or do you find it when you're young?
Unfortunately for me, I kind of skipped my childhood. I went from being a little boy to a grown man, and we grew up fast. Now, I wasn't the only one.
Right.
That's the story of, I always harken back to the Tech High story. Now, and the classes of 70, 71, 72,
mm-hmm.
All of us, we skipped our childhood because we were forced to grow up very quick.
Is that because of the isms that was in our environment, the barriers that was against our parents? Is that the reason why? And young people had to step out and be the I guess the scouts, because as a scout or as a maverick, you got to take chances.
Yes. Omaha has a unique history. You know, we have the same history as any other cities, but there are a couple of cities in the United States that, in addition to going through the regular racism and poverty, we had these extra little things that were keeping us down. And Omaha, places like Omaha, Gary, Indiana, and then East St. Louis, we had those extra things we had to fight.
Okay.
And so Omaha has a unique history of keeping the black man down. And I came up during the time where the young folks decided, well, we're going to take charge and we're going to change things.
Right. So is it? I know we want to talk about your book, but you part of the history of Omaha. You're part of the history of Omaha. You part of the timeline of Omaha. Period.
Yes, I am. But I'm not the only one. There's several of us. Perhaps I'm one of the ones that is out front talking about it.
Right.
And but when I talk about it, I don't want to be fake.
Right.
I want to go ahead and tell the truth. And for example, one truth is that both political parties have let down the black man.
Right.
Both political parties. So that's not popular to say that. And one reason why maybe I'm not in office today is because I haven't kissed up to either party.
Right. Well, you stand on. You have always been, to me, like a maverick. You know what I mean? A trendsetter. No one has walked your steps. Period. But you. But we need that example because everybody on this side, Democrats, you was the only black Republican. But you govern for everyone. Yeah, maybe because of your experience in the classroom. Is that your default?
Well, I want to make it clear that there's a difference between a MAGA or a Trump follower, versus somebody who's like Jackie Robinson, was a Republican.
Jackie Robinson, Republican.
Yes. And so I'm going back to the original black Republican, not this crazy mess that you're seeing on the right, today. So they're and a lot of people don't know it, but Malcolm X warned us about both parties. He said that both parties had some charlatans in it.
Right, without doubt. So I'm sarcastic when it comes to politics, but I tell the truth though. They are the top criminals. They make the laws and they take advantage of the laws, and you see they've been prosecuted. But why have you sacrificed so much? Well, why have you allowed yourself to so-called be the target? Because when you walk in your own path, sometimes people take they throw darts at you. What prepared you for that? Because everybody can't walk that walk.
Right. When I was young, I hated it because I wanted to fit in and I wanted to be liked and all of that stuff. But it probably was, for me, I don't want to sound, too out there, but for me, it probably was a divine purpose. But I've always been the guy out in the wilderness seeking truth, and very few people following me, but very few people being able to dispute what I'm saying. Period. So, right. So, humankind has not always been kind to me, but God has never, ever failed me. Never.
Without doubt.
He's always had my back.
Yep. I have that same philosophy also. Now, throughout your years, have you, I learned from Sonny Foster. You remember Sonny Foster?
Oh, yeah, I know Sonny.
Sonny Foster taught me, he said there's no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, only permanent solutions.
Right.
Is that how you guide your move in your life also?
That's what I believe. And I believe that Black people today, if we could, it may not be able to pull it off, but if we could, we need a third party. I like to call it the critical thinking party, And,
I like that one.
On one hand, a little bit of both parties.
Okay.
For example, I'm a strong believer in social justice and strong believer in race relations and things like that. So that's the Democrat part of me. But I'm also part of me that believes that killing little kids is wrong.
Right.
I just not. I'm not for abortion.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I'm
I'm
not- yeah, I'm not.
I'm also a strong believer that you can't please everybody all the time.
Mhm.
So we got a border crisis. We do.
Heck yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have to make some sense on things. You can't just have willy-nilly laws. And one of the things that I have against some liberals, not all liberals, is that
Mm.
they think you can please everybody all the time, and you can't. That's not reality.
Yeah,
You
no,
have
no.
to draw the line. You have to have some boundaries. And one of the boundaries I hate is too many of my liberal friends allow our black women to be called, garden tools
Okay.
and stuff like that. No other race in America is treating their women like that except for us.
Well,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
It's too liberal.
And I just developed a patent. I submitted a patent, which will give artists the ability to behave like Ray Charles.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I mentioned Ray Charles, because Ray Charles was a blind man. He just felt your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
But Ray Charles made 60 cents out of every dollar. And I asked these seeing so-called smartphone artists,
Mm-hmm.
why aren't you making 60 cents a dollar?
Mm-hmm.
They make it 0.003. They in the 1,000th position.
Mm-hmm.
Now they in Congress just trying to get a penny
Mm-hmm.
per play.
Mm-hmm.
So now they sell their souls to who owns the music business? Is it the Jewish community? That's what most people say.
I wouldn't forget the white establishment either.
Right.
And so one of my pet peeves is
Mhm.
that our artists are beautiful, talented artists.
Mhm.
They throw a little bit of money at them, say get up on stage and rotate your hips and say all kinds of crazy things,
Right.
and then sell your soul.
Period.
Well, our ancestors from Africa, even the ones that
Mhm.
freed us from slavery,
Right.
they would roll over in their graves right now, seeing how people talk about a sellout is a person who is a conservative that might not always believe in food stamps. Well,
Right.
I say a sellout is a person that sells your race out for a
Right.
couple of pennies.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the true race.
Yeah,
That's the true sellout right there.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And our artists are forced because they never had anything. Now they, and then also, if I used to wear an earring, my sister made me wear an earring. She got my ears pierced at like 35, but I don't wear it no more because that's one of the signs of slavery. They put an earring in us or whatever else kind of jewelry to prove that was owned by such and such. And so I try to get rid of slave behavior, saying slave language. I don't say whooping. I didn't whip my child. We use a different area of discipline. I don't believe everything that's taught with us. Some things are common sense.
We were taught to hate ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And Malcolm tried to tell us that, but we didn't listen.
Let's talk about religion. Okay, so we see our climate right now.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that 14-year-old kid on the news. Now, juveniles aren't supposed to be seen, but they charging that 14-year-old as an adult that shot the young man at Northwest.
I had heard another story though.
So
I had heard that he'd been bullied.
Yes. So it happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. So obviously he was scared enough to bring a gun to school.
Right.
So let's talk about those issues. Now, men have the ultimate responsibility. Men do.
Yes, I believe that.
Men has the ultimate responsibility. However, the church is the moral compass of our community.
Mm-hmm.
And preachers, I feel, need to be doing more than Sunday and Wednesday. And we need to develop some mediation centers, some conflict resolution opportunities, so our young people can call someone. Our elders for counsel. So our young people are supposed to call an elder and say, well, I'm having this problem. And the elder supposed to call here and resolve it. That's the responsibility of the elder. But our elders not even doing that. I believe we got to develop some type of other methodology than the reactionary methodology that we have now, prayer walks and a press conference.
Well, we're not doing our job. By the way, I just fielded a call from a female yesterday,
Mhm.
suicide ideation, and I
Okay.
will be meeting her tomorrow
See,
to help
yeah,
help her.
See, that's necessary. That's what elders supposed to be doing.
Yes, yes, but you can't. A lot of people think getting to heaven is all about wings and starry crowns and streets of gold.
Right.
And you sound like a capitalist. That's not true
Right.
spirituality. True spirituality is helping hurt people,
Mhm.
people who are broken, helping to heal them.
Mhm.
And if their pants happen to sag or they happen to not talk like me, guess what? They're still worth.
Without
They're
doubt.
still worth. There's somebody,
Mhm.
and they matter.
Period.
Right.
Period. And it might be your counsel that might make them pull up their pants. It might be your presence that might make them pull up their pants because they respect you.
Mm-hmm. And all the pants sagging and all that's part of the poisoning of the black mind.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's part of you have to hate yourself and devalue yourself in order to be worth anything.
Right.
Boy, I mean, they have really done a mind job on black folks.
Without doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your education. What is our solution? What is our solution?
I like to think that part of the solution would be having a third party. I call it the critical thinking party.
Okay.
And then, but also black males have got to come back to their position of being leaders.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to take anything from the females.
Right.
The females have held us down for centuries,
yeah,
decades.
Yeah.
But the black man has got to come back and take his cross and save these children that are dying,
right.
fall into the cracks of society.
Right.
So that's something that's definitely going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to stop all this materialism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, life isn't just about money and bling bling and ching ching and risk on what I got on my wrist and all that. It's integrity.
Right.
So we're and in the schools are handcuffed too, because it's almost like you can't even discipline a child anymore. Right. And when I say discipline, I'm talking about not just whooping. I'm talking about, okay, you've been acting out all week. You're going to come. I'm the principal. You're going to come and spend all week in my office with me.
Right.
Okay. And then all week long, we're going to have some serious conversations.
Right.
And so we have to use education differently.
Mm-hmm.
We have to mentor. We have to correct the false teachings that are enslaving us even today.
Mm-hmm.
A woman is worth far more than her hips and her lips.
Yeah, without doubt.
But that was planted in her to make her have a slave mentality.
Right. Omaha, the birds of Bloods. We're talking to. Well, you didn't even introduce yourself. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Franklin Thompson, educator for 46 years, city councilman for 16 years, and then another 5 years working in the director of Department of Human Rights and Relations.
Now, you have you didn't retire. You just modified your work.
Yes.
You just modified your work, and that's what I want to do. I'm never going to retire. I'm just going to modify my work as I get older.
Mm-hmm.
So now your work is one is being an author.
Yes. One of the things that I need to do before I pass on to glory, or two of things. One is to mentor some young people so that they can be in the pipeline.
Right.
As I'm going. Not enough of the black leaders are mentoring young people.
Yeah, they're
hanging on to their power forever and ever, and they're not getting anybody prepared to come after them.
Right.
But another thing I want to do is to tell my story.
Mm-hmm.
And I have part one of that story. It's called Confessions of a Murphy's Law Child.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 3-part story. But basically what it is, it's the story of not letting society or anyone enslave you or make you fail.
Mm-hmm.
That you have to succeed, even if it's the hardest thing in your life. And so I give the readers my formula of how I should have not succeeded,
mm-hmm.
but yet I did.
Right.
So if I die and don't tell that story, then I failed.
Right. Dr. Meriwether Woods. I think
Meriwether Woods. So
yeah. When the Empowerment Network was about to start, it was at Mount Moriah.
Mhm.
And I remember him getting up and tall, big black man and big face and
he was a friend of mine.
He had big voice and said, we should not allow anyone to come in our community to tell our story. We need to tell our own story. And I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that. I got goosebumps now. God's in the building. I remember, and I love Minister Meriwether Woods. I love that dude. And I didn't follow his church. I just love his love for God, and his love for people. And we should not let no one else write our story. I'm writing my story. I really want to keep it raw. Let me get your advice. I had when I was in class in college, one of our psychology classes, we had to write a autobiography from when we can remember to college days. And so I wrote it as a 20-year-old. So the language as a 20-year-old, the environment of a 20-year-old. And now I want to publish it. But they said I can't use the names. I got to change the names. But I had a lot of, 20, you know how 21-year-olds sex, rock and roll, drugs, you know what I mean? So it's like that. But it's a making of me. It's a making of a king.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you gotta go through some barriers in order to, have some better outcomes. So how would you approach that kind of book? Do you need to change the names? So the innocent, or would you change the context of a 20-year-old and edit it as a 60-year-old? And how would you approach that?
These are excellent questions. I'm glad you're asking it, because a lot of people have that same desire that you want, and they just need to know how to do it.
Right.
I use pseudonyms. So even in my own family, I didn't use real names. I used pseudonyms. But my pseudonyms.
Okay. Now, tell us the difference between real name and pseudonyms.
Okay. For example, rather than saying somebody was, let's say Terry, I called him Funk Master.
Okay.
See? Because he might have been known as a DJ that was real funky.
Right. Okay.
So everybody has a pseudonym, but their pseudonym describes who and what they are.
Oh, okay. I like that. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Right. And even I use, I write my first book from a third person point of view.
Okay.
So in the book, I'm Church Mouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm Church Mouse is because people made fun of me because they said I was too churchy, too straight.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't smoking the chronic.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, like I was. Yeah.
So what I did, I took the lemons and made it into lemonade. So
okay,
I'll accept this Church Mouse, thing, and then I'm gonna flip it.
Right. Well, hey, at least a mouse be praising God.
But another thing that I noticed, I started writing my book in about 1993.
Wow.
But I just released it a year ago.
Yeah.
Why did it take me so long?
Yeah, why?
Because I was too immature.
What do you mean?
When I first wrote my book, I was throwing bows. I was throwing elbows.
Okay. I
was connecting with hooks, and I was going, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna make them pay.
Right.
And then I believe that God, I believe Malcolm's spirit, Martin's spirit, got a hold of me and said, "You ain't here. You ain't on God's earth to be throwing bows.
Right.
You're here to build bridges for people to succeed."
Okay.
And so rather than doing a lot of this, then I present, here's what's right, here's what's wrong, and I want to invite the public to make a change.
Right.
So, yeah, this is something that happened bad to me, but I can forgive if you can make a commitment to join me to make it better now.
Right.
You see? So all of my negative is now turned towards recruiting people to be change agents.
Right. Okay.
Take me out of the picture and put the mission forward.
Right.
Then the book will do what it needs to do. Great.
You got a couple of events coming up.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about your events.
I have a book signing this Sunday.
Okay, good.
At the Book Nook. That's in Exurban. And the address is 2115 South 67th Street.
Okay.
Right across from the Exurban Theater.
Okay. Move there. XR Village. You can't miss it. 67th Street.
And then on Sunday, the 15th, I'm at Sump Memorial Library. That's in Papillion.
Okay.
And the address of that is 222 North Jefferson Street in Papillion.
Cool.
And that'll be longer. That'll be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Because a lot of authors will be at that one.
A lot of authors. So
yeah,
leave that with us, and then we'll remind people not only today but for your next book signing. Yes. So this Sunday it goes down at Book Nook. From 12 to 1:15. Okay, and that's going to be right across the street from the Exurban Theater, right on 67th Street. You can't miss it.
Right.
Come out and meet the professor, the councilman, the father, the husband, the author, who's still putting in work, who still have some contributions to the Omaha community. The work is not done. And as elders, you're supposed to still be working. You're still supposed to be working.
And there's a myth. They say, well, if you choose the route that you choose, Dr. T, and then you don't have any fun and you can't, it's all serious. That's not true. If you want to see me have fun, invite me out to a dance and put me on the dance floor, and you'll see Dr. T can get down.
Oh, without doubt.
I love to have fun, and I love to do music. And some of my music isn't always message music.
Right.
I like music about pretty women.
I do too.
But what I'm trying to say is, you have to dedicate a portion of yourself, your week, and your time to making a difference. And if you don't do that, why are you living?
Right.
Why are you living? You just to have fun and back that thing up and all of that stupid stuff.
Right.
We're here for a purpose.
Without doubt.
And with Black people, we really have to concentrate because we're behind, because we were put behind because of institutional and blatant racism.
Without doubt. I've since the beginning of this year, I've encouraged Black men, or men, period, but Black men specifically, we can no longer suppress our greatness. Wherever God-given talents that was given to us, we got to manifest them now. We got to start bragging off God. And some people say we shouldn't brag. No, I get my skills from God, baby. I'm the greatest dunker because of God, because I knew my mama couldn't afford for me to go to college. So when I was at Bryan High School, I chose to go to Bryan because it was a college prep school. Central was at the time. Also, it was back in the 80s. It wasn't too many. I wanted to go to college. I said, well, let me go to Bryan. No one know me over here. My first stitch was favoritism, not racism. It was favoritism, which is the same equivalent to racism. It both limits you. And so let me go to Bryan. That's the best decision I've ever made in my life. Best decision I ever made in my life. And education is the default, y'all. If you want to do anything, if you want any door open, you got to get your education. You have to do that. And I learned early from my mama. You had mentioned earlier that failure is not an option. I learned that earlier from my mama. And I want to start crying. But coming home and having to read to my mama every day. Read this letter. Read this letter. Read this letter. Read this letter, because she couldn't read it. Right. And sometimes I didn't want to, but I had to, because she can only depend on me.
Right.
And so I learned early that failure is not an option.
Not an option.
It's not an option at all.
It's not. We're
gonna keep reading. And then she was my first competitor, and she said, because my name was Man. And she said, if I know a word, she said, boy. She said, she'll call me, because my name is Man, but she'll call me boy. She said, boy, why am I sitting in school? I said, Mama, I ain't no boy. So I'll go back to school and I go learn that word. And I come back. So my mom was my first competitor. I didn't even know it. She was competing with me. And then competing for me. And then she said, when man, she said, they got theirs, you gonna get yours. I said, all right, mom, I'm gonna go get mine. You know, just my first hype man, you know, like Flavor Flav, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we need parents like that.
Yeah.
We need to get back to our kids up and supporting our kids, you know, indirectly.
Right.
So they can achieve.
Right.
Man, I love my mama for, even though she have a so-called PhD or BA or GED, right. she had a PhD in common sense.
Yeah. I want to share an interesting story with you too. During I always talk about the Tech High years because it's Nebraska's best kept secret.
Oh, without doubt.
But during our senior year, we had a real bad incident, and we had one of many riots. Okay. But on one of them, Senator Ernie Chambers came to the school. And he said, you guys, you're pretty good at rioting. But he says, what's better?
Right.
To go to school, get that education, and then beat these people at their own. And I remember that for a lifetime. And even though Ernie and I sometimes we're on good graces with one another, sometimes we're not.
Right.
But I will thank him for giving me that knowledge. Go get your education, then you'll know how to beat them at their game.
Period. Oh man, that's why I brag off my education, and that's why bring your MIT scholar, bring Creighton. I don't care. I'll eat them up. They can't compete with my liberal arts education. I studied too many ologies. Period. So I brag off my education because my mama couldn't read and write, y'all. She picked cotton for y'all for real, for free. So, but she made sure she prepared her son not to do the same. She prepared her son not to do the same. And we need to do the same thing. We need to take the negative things out of our lives and make sure that we project the positive stuff that's necessary for our children to grow. And my mama did. Even though she cleaned up white people's houses, I had to drop her off in West Omaha. I still remember the house that she used to go to.
Wow.
I really want to go knock on the door, see if they still live in.
Do you still remember me?
Yeah. So I used to pick my mama up, and then I was in college, and then I said, dang it, boy. I said, my mama sacrificed. I remember she get she had got my braces off for $200 a month. But my mama sacrificed so much, man. And so
the question is, though, did they sacrifice that for nothing? I'm not going to let that sacrifice go to waste.
Period.
Now, y'all can do all your crazy stuff and all that, but I'm not going to do that. It meant something, and then I want to pay it forward.
Period. So make sure you guys come out this Sunday. The doctor having his book signing. It's going to be, where is it going to be again, Doc?
It'll be at Book Nook.
Book Nook,
which is on South 67th Street across from Exarban Theater.
Make sure you guys come out, meet the councilman, meet the professor, meet the father, meet the author, meet a gentleman that have dedicated over 60-some years of his life just to the improvement of Omaha. And shouts out to Tech and all those that went to Tech High School. OPS administration, y'all need to move out. Go get you another building, build another building, and open Tech back up again.
Did you know it was the best technical school
in the country?
It was the best between Chicago and west of Chicago.
Okay,
yeah, and it had that rating not just from everyday people. The newspapers actually said back in the 40s that it was the best.
Wow,
west of Chicago.
Wow,
yeah.
It's kind of like Omaha Star, boy. We got some gems over here, baby. We got some gems over here west of the Mississippi. Oh yeah, without a doubt, baby. Greatness come from here. Without a doubt, greatness come from here. And if you're a black man on this Black Friday, we can no longer suppress our greatness. We got to step out on them, like Kendrick Lamar. Let's step out on them, for real, and let's start bragging off God, because your skills come from him or her. I'm like, X and Y chromosome. We got to add it all in. So, Doctor, is there anything that we didn't discuss that you make sure we get across this morning?
Yes. In addition to fighting on behalf of our Black nation, any kid that I call an at-risk kid, no matter what color.
Right.
And that's really the other half of this book. So there's a message that I want to give to what I call at-risk or high-risk kids. And that is, when your family, friends, school, police, social service agencies, and hold on for this one, even when churches fail you, ouch, that's hard for me to say that one.
Right.
When all of those things fail you, guess what?
What?
You can still win.
Period.
I mean, that is one of the biggest kept secrets out there. Because right now we're telling kids that if nobody's holding your hand or pushing you, that you give in and you give up, don't do that. You can still win. There's this thing called the resiliency factors. And there's there's 3 categories of them. But the one that really, really count are the internal resiliency factors. There's just the parents' ones, and then there's what we call the ones at school. But the internal resiliency factors, if you learn to tap into those things, nobody can hold you down. You can overcome all of that negativity and be a winner. And that's the ultimate story of my story.
Without a doubt. Confessions of a Murphy Law Child. Make sure you guys show up this Sunday. Give us a recap again. Is it 11 to 12:30?
12 to 1:15.
Okay. And so
and then the other one would be next week, Sunday, which is the 15th. And Saturday the 15th. And that's in Papillion. And again, that address is 222 North Jefferson Street in Papillion. It's by the Sump Memorial Library. Okay. It'll be outside, and it'll be many local authors.
Okay, good. Yeah, collaboration. So, because I always tell artists and authors, they might produce a product, but sometimes they get dust on them because they stop promoting it.
Yeah.
So as an author, you always got to promote your book. I don't care if you did it a year ago, 2 years ago, you still always got to promote it. You have to.
Can I say something about that? Yes. You played you played the song Legacy, and that's off of my album New Glasses, and that can be purchased through going to my website.
Okay.
And that website is omahachangeagent.com.
Okay.
omahachangeagent.com.
And you spell it like regular English or like Webster and Google. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because black people use Z's and Y's and all kinds of stuff.
No, just regular omahachangeagent.com. Will you play one more?
Yeah, I can. What
again, number 4 is called Epiphany.
All right.
And again, it's about saving our children.
Without doubt. Omaha, the Birds to Bless. As you know, 43% of all children in foster care are Black. We truly got to save our children. We truly do. Man, I'm glad for I wish Big Mama and them was alive. Boy, they'll spank everybody right now. All y'all grandmothers, they'll spank all y'all right now. Omaha, the Birds to Bless. Love yourself on this Black Friday. Be purposeful on finding a Black business and supporting it. When the tide comes, we all gotta raise together. Boss with us.
Girl, it's you. You are the daughter of royal queen. Boy, it's true. The things that are real are the things unseen. I always thought we would beat our addictions. I always thought we would live by the truth, would live by convictions. Tell me it's true, oh please tell me you do not believe in the light. We can't ignore all the things that we face. No, we cannot hide. Keep your eyes on the prize. Open your eyes. It's you. You are the son of majestic kings. Girl, it's true. You don't have to live for material things. Why do we fake it? And why do we floss? Why do we scoff at the things that we've lost?
I always thought you would take this last chance and pull up your pants. Boy, you know it's true. Girl, it's you. You are my reason for living. And it's true. I will always be there for you. Take my hand, can't you understand? We must conquer, there's a master plan. Don't let the trappings of this world get into you. Girl, it's true. You are the daughter of kings and queens. Oh, you don't have to chase after bling bling. Boy, it's you. You are the head of your house. You reign supreme. Save our children.
All right, our epiphany. Oh yeah, that's by the doctor, y'all. Make sure you guys, if you want to get some original. Oh, doctor, I heard you record artists.
Yes.
So if they want to have an opportunity to record music, you do that also, right?
I have a recording studio, and I take most anybody, any kind of styles.
Okay.
So feel free to come. It's called the Jam Factory.
Oh, Jam Factory. So is that a different number?
Oh, you can call me if you're interested in recording at 402-689-9526.
Miss June said that she loved your lyrics. Let me see what we can make this go away. And then we got some Pee Wee. Pee Wee said, hold on a second. June said, thank you, Doc, for sharing your story and wisdom. May God continue to bless you in our community. Without doubt, he put a lot of work in. He put more work in than my age. I'll be 59. He got more years of work than my age right now.
59, but you still look good.
Yeah, 59 is fine. My man Pee Wee says, hold on a second. At what point are we responsible for our mindset and education? We spend a lot of time blaming what happened 250 years ago. Is that true? We should be.
Yeah, it's true.
We can't change the past, right?
Right. And I always go back to Malcolm because he was one of the most influential people in my life. But Malcolm tried to tell us. He says, "Okay, yeah, we were wronged, but guess what? We got to circle the wagon and we got to pull ourselves up."
Right.
And so some people will say, well, that's a conservative message. Well, Malcolm had some radical messages, some liberal messages, and he had some conservative messages.
Yeah, but
he had the whole thing, the whole package.
Right.
But one of the things we have to do is to say, if you stole it from me, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it back.
Right. Right.
And so what if racism erased things out of my soul? Guess what?
Right.
I'm going to regenerate my soul now.
Right.
I'm not going to wait for you. I'm not going to wait for the white man to do it for me. I'm going to do it for myself.
Right. Yep. Got to.
Right.
My brother said, Pee Wee, for you guys don't know Les Pee Wee Harrison. He's small, but he played for the Globetrotters. I keep telling y'all greatness come from here. He said 11 kids, same mother and father, all graduated from high school. 10 of the other 11 have BAs. 5 of them have MAs, and 2 of them have PhDs. So shouts out to the Harrison, and there's a lot of other great families that have sacrificed for their children so they can excel to the level that they need to be.
That's right.
So that's just one example. The dozens of cousins are another example of how the love of our family. Yes. We love our families, and so break all the stereotypes. So we got trendsetters here in Omaha, Nebraska, baby. Greatness come from here, and those are just 2 examples of our. And we ain't talking about Native Omaha days of we coming together and actually showing some love, even though we still got some problems, but we do actually practice coming together and showing love.
Yes.
But we just gotta when we come together, I think we need to focus more on economics and focus
Yes.
on how we can develop conduits of opportunity for all our children that have ideals.
When I was on council, I voted for the housing project, the different houses that went in,
Mhm.
but I kept turning on my microphone and I kept saying, we need businesses in North Omaha. If the businesses come, then the houses will follow.
Period.
You can't have houses and then hope that the businesses follow. It's backwards.
Right.
So yes, the economics, we have to build it back up to where it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Notice I'm talking a lot about restoring what we once had.
Yeah. So why is that? It's like everything that works, CETA, that work. I had my summer job. This is how I got into broadcasting. They shut it down until Empowerment Network brought Step Up back.
Yeah.
Why does it seem like everything that's successful in our community, they automatically defund it? Is that on purpose?
Well, part of it was that when some of the money went to North Omaha, it wasn't always spent correctly. Some of that money went into people's pockets. And Matthew Stelly, if he were here today, would tell you that.
Yep.
Okay.
And Senator Chambers too.
And so, so some of it is, throw a little few crumbs at them and hope that they go away.
Mm-hmm.
But some of it is good money was sent and it wasn't appropriated right.
Right.
So, there are crooks that are black and there are crooks that are white.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And not everybody that calls me soul brother is my soul brother.
Right.
What we got to do is get back a level of integrity,
mm-hmm.
A level of spirituality where we put others, us. It's us. It's not me.
Right.
Saying me, I. It's us.
Yes.
And we put us first, then we will come out of that hole.
Without a doubt. Omaha, the birds, the bluffs. We talking to still educating. Are you still a professional at UNO? I retired from that.
I retired from UNO.
Okay.
But I am giving anybody that needs me to come and speak.
Okay.
I'm a speaker and workshops, anything like that. I'm available for those opportunities.
Well, Omaha, the birds, the bluffs. They said that a library of knowledge goes with them. This brother have a library of knowledge, and if you can utilize them, utilize. That's why we have him here, because we want to brag off of his dedication to this community. I love my neighbors, man. This is how my mama survived, y'all. This is how she survived. She couldn't read and write, but her neighbors was able to read and write and guide her with integrity and loyalty and trust and with ethics. Man, we need to get back to that. It works, y'all. It works, and that's why I come here and teach every day of what I learned from my mom and my father. Brother Harris said the most valuable legacy that my parents left me was to treat everyone with kindness and not be boxed in. It was important for them that we know how to think and not what to think. The generational wealth was not based on money or material, but how to work with.
That brother right there has got some wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
That's wisdom right there.
Without doubt. Keep passing those assists, Les Pee-wee Harrison. Oh yeah, he threw a lot of assists over at the Gold Trotters, baby, and he's still throwing assists.
Yes.
That's what our elders. He's one of the elders in our community now, and that's what we need elders for council. Doctor, we appreciate you. Continue to sacrifice. You're looking good. Continue to stay alive. I'm trying to be the first Black Benjamin Button. So we want you to stay alive so you can continue to contribute.
And we appreciate everything that you do here at The Boss.
Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Omaha, the birds are blessed. We're going to play one more track. What track you want to hear, Doc, before we get out of here?
Okay. Let's go with number 14, Black Pearl.
All right, Black Pearl. Omaha, the birds, the bluffs. Again, the date is Black Friday. We are intentional. Not on purpose. We are intentional. Yeah, we are doing it on purpose. Not on accident, I mean. Make sure you support a Black business today. Find one. I just introduce you to a businessman. You can support this business because this author that's a business. So if you didn't know a Black business, now you do. So make sure you can go get a CD. Let's buy something for someone today that's from the Black diaspora. And if you are from the Black diaspora, it's our responsibility to support each other. All right. So let's be purposeful today, without a doubt. Number 14, y'all. What's the name of this song again?
Black Pearl.
Black Pearl. Boss with us.
This thing right here is for all the fellas who appreciate the important things in life. Talking about beautiful black women who also have a brain. You know, like your mother, your daughter, your girlfriend. People who help to keep you grounded.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some brownie points today.
Black Pearl, pretty little girl. You've been in the background much too long. Black girl, beautiful woman. Let me put you up where you belong. Once upon a time in the Liberty Bird, there was a certain law that was rude and absurd. First there was slavery and then Jim Crow. Stealing your pride was the lowest blow. But girl, you were strong enough to be the backbone of your community. Working so hard your whole life through, raising other people's children and your own too. A change came along because of black women like Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth. Madam C.J. Walker and Mahalia Jackson were the real truth. And don't forget about Barbara Jordan, Shirley Chisholm, Diane Carroll, Vanessa Williams, Halle Berry, Oprah Winfrey, Condoleezza Rice, Michelle Obama. Black Pearl, pretty little girl. You've been in the background much too long. Black girl, beautiful woman. Let me put you up where you belong.
Well, I'm sick of your attitude, I'm sick of the games, and I'm sick of your lines, and I'm sick of you lame. Sick of the game that you try to pin on me. Hate and discriminate because you ain't me. Take me and paint me a different color. Clone me because you're never gonna find another. Jazzy, classy, but I'm undercover. Because I still knock you out and leave you for your mother. Okay?
My daughters, they can do no wrong. They're the definition of superstars. My wife and my mother are strong. They have brought our family so very far. I'll give you all the reasons I would never ever leave you, girl. You got my heart. I'll give you all my love and golden woman, 'cause you know you are a superstar.
Can Miss Jane with a coke by the state, what a beautiful frame. Plus, she got a beautiful name. What a pretty little face, I'm taking the man. Yeah, words can't describe what I saw. The only words that came to mind was ooh la la. Personality real good, but she's a little too modest. But she honest with the body of a goddess.
Look at Miss Thing. She's a mighty fine, sweet little thing. Don't wanna hear none of that yang. Just wanna get some of that chocolate thing. Black girl, beautiful woman. To be with her is my pain. She's a mighty fine woman and she's off the chain. Ooh, la, 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 Michelle Obama. Give me that coconut root beer lifesaver. Coca-Cola, banana flavor. Asian, Malaysian, Eurasian. I don't believe in discrimination. Don't let it phase you, shock and amaze you when I say I'm down with Chocolate Nation. Black Pearl, pretty little girl. You've been in the background much too long. Black woman, beautiful and true. Don't you know
You look good to me.
I love you?
I want to thank God for making a woman, without a doubt, boy. They be bored and stuff. Have all these men down here. Boy, without a doubt. Thank you, God, for making the woman. You know, they birth everybody, y'all. I don't know if y'all know about that one. No. They birth everybody. But I just want to give thanks to I love the woman, without a doubt. I need a hug right now, y'all. Where the woman at? 95.7 The Boss. Make sure you guys enjoy this Black Friday. Be purposeful on supporting a black business. As the doctor said, the real test is actually doing it. Not talking about it, is actually doing it. And so let's support each other. Let's change our narrative. We're part of that change. We can't expect anyone to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves. So on this Black Friday, if you're part of the Black diaspora, let's support each other in business. So we can cycle that dollar, and so we can create our own worth. Before we get out of here, oh yeah, man, enjoy y'all day. Doc, you got anything? Any last words? Anything else you want to say?
Oh, just always remember that it's good to have fun and good to have things and material things, but that's priority number 6, 7, and 8.
Right.
The top priority, number 1, is our children. And then also number 2, the survival of our race, and to dispel all the lies that have been told about us.
Without doubt. All right. Omaha, the birds, the bluffs. Young people, enjoy your childhood. Grow slow. Remember, you don't pay no bills right now. You should be happy in that position right now. I wish I could switch with you. Martine said, Black Pearl. Love you, Dr. Franklin Thompson. Omaha, the birds, the bluffs. We are, let me see. I'm gonna give you one song because I love this song by this young lady. She is a preacher kid, and the song is called it's a remake of I Got 5 on it. And she remade it, and she said I Got Christ on it. And so I know everybody's going through something. We want to make sure that you guys default on God. I mean, for real. My mama taught me about God, even though she couldn't read the Bible. She come from neology. She didn't come from theology. No, she come from neology, the true love of God. And she told me, about God. Greater New Hope Baptist Church was the one that instilled it in me. The Million Man March was actually the first time I actually felt God. And I still feel him today. When he or she enters, I get goosebumps. God's in the building, for real. He's already here. He or she is here.
Amen.
For real, already. I get the goosebumps. He just let me know all the time. So I'm letting you know, for young people that don't believe, or if you're an atheist, you still believe in something, atheist. But I'm letting you know that God is for real. There's some higher power, some creator, something's out there. I don't know if it's God, the name of God. Some people call it Allah and other names, but it's something out there, y'all. I can't explain it. I felt it, and so my last urge is to see the entity. I ain't trying to see him right now, though, y'all. For all y'all devilish people that want to get rid of me, I got the armor of God on. And so, no, we want to make sure that we stay honest with ourselves. And so I love this song. We all are going through something. So I'm telling you, y'all, don't suffer in silence. And sometimes you got to give it to God for things that we can't handle. If you're worrying, then you didn't give it to God. Pray on it, give it to God, let God handle it, then you handle your stuff. All right? As long as you handle your stuff, God is responsible to handle his or her stuff. But we got to handle our stuff first. All right. Omaha, the birds, the bluffs. I love Omaha. I fight for Omaha. And sometimes we do step on toes. And sometimes I do step on purpose. For real. I just got to let you know. Boss with us. Oh, yeah. You going through something, you better bring God in the game. Without a doubt, baby.
Yeah. It's all.
She about to bring the pepper.
I got Christ on it.
Who you got?
Yeah. I got Christ on it.
Jordan can't compete. LeBron can't compete. You got Jesus.
I was only 10 years old when the devil took my innocence from me. Told me to shut up, don't say a word, it's the end for me. Grew up a little faster than I should, living sinfully. At 13 and that's all she wrote, the rest was history. Grew up in the church, pops a pastor, mama first lady. Just to go home to live in darkness, my life felt so crazy. Never shady, spitting truth, it really hurt, I promise you. Y'all really took the time to understand what was happening under your roof. I cried for rice, no starry nights, my life a film movie. Not talking popcorn and candy, but gruesome facts exclusive. This ain't a sad song, just wanna share some heat about how my life was little house on the prairie to nightmare on Elm Street. Only share my testimony. See y'all out there like me, ain't no more being discreet. Time to war in these streets, not over flesh and blood, but over these principalities. I never really thought he had me, but I got Christ on it.
You better bring Christ in the game.
I got Christ on.
Bring God in the game.
I got Christ
You better
on.
check him in.
Yeah.
God's in the game. Oh, yeah, what you gonna do
Coming
now?
from the trenches, ain't nobody really listening. They just wanna make assumptions about your life, creating distance. It's resistance, pay subscription, demons lurking, that's their mission. But what you gonna do when you start switching up your position? Lean on God, He's the one that got you this far. Relationship over religion, He's just wanting your permission. Christ did it, yeah, it's finished. For your life and all your sinning, He wants to show you.
Man, I love this
He
song.
wants to give you vision. I got Christ on it. He know what it's like for me. All my pain, all my hurt. He walked it out on the earth. He rose us up from the dirt. I hope you know there's more to this life than all the things that you've endured. There's a cure. His name is Christ.
That young lady wrote the hell out of this song.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I don't mean to say hell, but she wrote the hell out of this song. Oh, shouts out to God this morning, y'all. Oh, I'm feeling it, y'all. If you're going through something this morning, bring Christ in the game. Oh, yeah. 95.7 The Boss. Man, we got so much talent here.
No, it says in Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to this world, but instead with the transformed mind, be renewed. That way, whatever you have is good and acceptable, and it's the perfect will of God. So no matter what you're going through in this life, no matter what your life has given you and thrown in you, just know that if you put Christ on it,
oh yeah,
everything gonna work out. So, what do you hear?
Man, that's all. She's a preacher daughter, Pastor Sanders' daughter. Man, she wrote that song, y'all. She wrote that song. Man, I love to brag off our neighbors. All the music that you hear is local music, y'all. It's an example of our greatness. I need more love in Omaha, Nebraska. Morning King. Yeah, we need more love, without a doubt. I want to encourage us. That 14-year-old that I saw on TV that really affected me. That really affected me, and I'm challenging our ministers and our men. We got to develop some mechanism where our young people can call and we can mediate these problems.
Did you notice though when they showed the boy? Did you notice his aura was not of a gangster?
Yeah, he's not. He wasn't. He's a child.
In fact, you almost got the impression that he was a nerd,
and he's been bullied,
and he was just trying to find a way out.
Yeah, and that's happening to our children every day, y'all. We gotta be that way out. Yeah. That affected me because that could have been me. I mean, I got in some incidents where my mama saved me. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. But that 14-year-old man, we can't allow. Oh man. Ministers, I'm gonna give y'all few more days, and if I'm gonna have to, y'all ain't gonna really like me next week because I'm gonna have to be Revenue Hope again, the only hope you got. And I'm gonna have to let everybody know I got the biggest mic, and then I'm gonna have to start naming churches. Our children are dying, and all y'all doing is in churches is dancing. We got our first frats and fraternity, the most educated of our people, those that are frats and sororities. They haven't built nothing. They're just working for people.
Can I send a challenge out?
Yeah.
This is unusual for me to do this, but I substitute teach once or twice a week for OPS.
Okay, you still do. I mentioned that yesterday. Okay.
And I'm sorry, Northwest, but when I was at you guys' school, you guys are rough. Okay. It was one of the rougher schools I've substituted at.
Really? Northwest?
Yeah. And I'd like the black brothers and sisters at Northwest. You guys need to circle the wagons, and y'all need to start taking care of one another. Too much division and strife and messing around. And it wasn't everybody, but there's a hardcore group out there and they're not get together and use this incident as a reason to make a positive change there.
Right.
And I'm challenging the Northwest High School, black and brown kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Use this as a way to say, hey man, let's get it together.
Right.
It's not always on the teacher. Sometimes it's got to be on the students.
No. The teacher there, they come there to teach. They're not there to come to create problems. they got a lesson plan they want people to follow. I substitute taught. I mentioned this yesterday, and I thought about maybe even going back to substitute teaching. I might not do my morning show, maybe a couple of mornings, but I think that's the sacrifice, because when I did substitute taught, I was a god in that classroom. When you're a black man in the classroom, you're like a god almost, really, because you're breaking down stereotypes from everybody was teaching. Oh, we're not intelligent, we're not this and that. But when you're a teacher, you dispel all that. I feel like a god. So now, the elementary level, there's 3 different levels of teaching. The elementary level, I love that, but they're gonna call you Mr. King all day. They're gonna call you by your last name all day. The junior high, they're a little bit more emotional because they're going through puberty, they're going through body changes, they're going through everything changing. I love the high school level because they at least got a higher sense of direction. They're a little bit more mature. They don't call you Mr. King all day. They might call you something else. But I like the high school level. I love the high school level. And I'm thinking about, especially seeing that 14-year-old boy, I'm thinking about all you need is a degree, a bachelor degree, to substitute teach. That's all you need is a bachelor degree. You don't even need a teacher's certificate. And I think OPS have even less qualifications to be a teacher or a substitute teacher because they need the capacity of teachers. So I'm challenging every man, especially a black man, if you got a bachelor degree and if you retired and you still want something to do, go substitute teach. We need more black men in the schools. We do. We got too many Caucasian white women. And shouts out to our light-skinned sisters, because there's only one white person on earth they call albinos. Let's get it for real. If you are Caucasian, if you get brown, you get tan, that means you got some brown in you. So you light-skinned brown. Don't get mad at me because I know Lena Horne. Once she light-skinned and white, you know what I mean? Don't get mad at me. Hey, all y'all need to go to first grade again and get the crayon box, okay? Go to first grade. No, let's go to preschool. Since y'all are so smart, you adults. Let's go to preschool and get your crayon box and tell me if you can get brown out of white. I'm waiting. It does not happen. So all my Caucasian brothers and sisters, stop acting like you're not us. You are us. You are light-skinned brothers and sisters. You get out, you go outside, get a tan. Don't tell me that. There's only one white people on earth they call albinos. Is that right, Professor?
Sounds right to me.
All right, don't get mad at me. Oh, we educated over here. We real smart over here, and we brags off our education. And so for all you dividers, come in here. The KKK, all your who's other skinheads, we invite you in. We are not going to do what you did to our ancestors by not allowing us to speak. See, that's how bad we are. That's how God operates. That's how God operates. And so if you KKK, skinhead, come on, give me a call, 402-714-6482. I'd love to interview you guys also and let you know we have way more similarities than dissimilarities.
Amen.
Way more. So come on, skinhead, racist, come on, I'll give you the mic, and then we can prove on I'm going to prove that we're the same, and you can prove that we're different. And I guarantee I win. That's how confident I am. Thank you, Mama, for the common sense that you gave me. Pastor, doctor, professor. I'm gonna call you pastor too, because you because we talking about confessions. You know that's what you go do with the priest. Go confess, right?
That's right. I confess to my wife all the time. She's a minister,
right?
So I'm always confessing.
Oh, okay, without doubt. But hey, make sure you guys pick up the book, y'all. Confession of a Murphy Law Child. Now, why do you call it a Murphy Law Child?
Murphy's Law says that if something can go wrong, that it will.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, some of our kids from the time that they're born until they die, one thing after another just goes wrong. There are what we call Murphy's kids out there. And those are the ones, believe it or not, William, those are the ones that go and buy a gun and go back to school and shoot the school up.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not making excuses for them, but those children weren't born wanting to shoot people.
Right.
Something happened to them. And so a lot of the Murphy's kids, they give up because they think nobody care about them.
Okay.
And then so they say, well, you don't care about me. I don't care about you. I don't care about nothing. Boom, boom, boom. We're out of here.
That's what our children talk about all the time.
Right.
Parents, let's start loving our children, y'all. Let's start sacrificing. Let's comb their hair. Let's not put braids in kids' heads. Tearing their hair out. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's not be lazy. Let's comb their hair. We got dads doing it, dad fathers, or did I say it right? Dads that take care of their girls' hair. I see dads all the time brushing girls' hair and trying to braid it up. Naturally, they're not putting weaves in the girls' hair, pulling their hair out. Let's nurture each other. When you said when child sitting in a woman's legs and they braiding, their communication is open. It opens up. You hear about all the problems, but if you don't have that time to nurture and touch each other, to have the ability for that child to open up, they will never open up. I'm gonna give you this last example before I leave. I love hanging out with my grandkids. On Thursday, we call it Love Yourself Thursday. And that's what I do purposely to prove that I love myself, to hang out with my grandkids, because I get unconditional love. So a lot of times we eat, but I said, well, I'm gonna go back and do what my mama taught me. So I let them eat and watch TV in the living room. But dang, I'm tired of cleaning up the mess because they 3 and 8. They make a mess. So I said my oldest grandson, I said, well, let's sit at the table and I cooked some breakfast. No, I went to Get and Go, got some fish. Oh yeah. Shout out to Get and Go. We got some fish. We sit at the table. I said, grandson, come over here to the table. So we ate at the table. He called me Papa. I feel like a superhero every time he called me Papa. And he started saying, he started telling me about his school. He said, Papa, I did this, I did this. And I would never had that conversation if I wouldn't have brought him to the table.
Right. What happened to eating a meal together at the table? What happened to that?
Yeah, I mean, that right there, man, it opened. I learned so much about my grandson just by sitting him at the table. He felt comfortable. Food was good, and he's talking, giving out information. If you want your kids, if you want to bond with your kids, just do some simple things. And like my mama used to do, man, you can eat at the table. Come here, eat this table. You know what I mean? We got to start eating together, y'all. And that gives us the ability to start conversating with each other. And then now you'll know what your children are going through. If they're being bullied, they're achieving. We want to make sure that we're in the know, parents. And that's a sign of love. Just that little thing. So let's start eating together, y'all. If we can do that this Friday, be purposeful today, parents. Do not allow your kids to eat anywhere else in their rooms. No, let's sit at the table. I guarantee you, the communication that you will receive, it's gonna be scary because you don't want to hear nothing bad. Because you always want to protect your children, but you do want to hear that bad because you want to protect your children. If you don't know something is happening to them, how can you protect them? But you gotta allow them space and time so they can express themselves.
Right.
So that's what it is. Confessions of a Murphy Law. Confessions of a Murphy Law child. And if they don't have a chance to confess, y'all, they're going to hold it in. And their ability to comprehend and decipher solutions is going to be way tougher because elders are necessary in that guidance. Period. Doctor, you get to say a last thing since you are the elder.
Well, I love Omaha. I love growing up here. And shouts out to my mentors, people like Bernice Narrett. She was a principal.
Okay.
And different, teachers that have taught me. And I want to pay it forward. People that did things for me, then I have to remember that, and then I have to pay it forward.
Mhm.
It's like a relay race, a baton, and you
Yeah.
keep handing it off. And life is not always about fun and gyrating and smoking necrotic
Right.
and all of that crazy mess. Real life is about helping our children have a better future.
Without doubt. We're blessed to have this conduit. And coming from a mama that couldn't read and write, I know that our neighbors was a conduit for our family to survive. And so we just spread that same philosophy. We need each other, y'all. Without a doubt, we need each other. We're gonna get back to the music. We're about to get out of here. It is 9:30 on this Black Friday, the 13th of September. The year is almost over. We're gonna be celebrating our 10th year anniversary coming up. We're gonna be give you more information about that. But also, I can't be the only one teaching. And so on this 10th year anniversary, we're gonna default on how I started. We created community access radio. Community access radio, similar to what I learned under Dr. Reynolds with CTI TV and his mentorship from the NAACP.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot from that old gentleman, and I want to be like him because he worked until he died.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I want to work till I die. I'll be working, guys, and come on home. He's tired. He's through work. I said, "Doggone God, give me a few more seconds." But that's how I want to go, and that's how you going.
Yes.
You're not dying. You're not dying sitting. You're dying working.
Work is not done.
Ain't done yet, y'all. So if you are retired and you got a library of knowledge, come back to the schools. Give a day. And some school teachers get paid a lot too. They make some good money. So come back and give some more. You got some more to contribute, y'all. You got some more to contribute. All right. Omaha, the Birds, the Bluffs. I want to play this number one song again. Ain't No Love. And we need some love, y'all. Boss with us.
It ain't no love, sweeter than the love that comes from you. Sweeter than the honey on the honeycomb. And I don't ever want to lose this feeling. It's crazy how you can make me feel different. Ain't no ordinary day. The way you're taking me up. And I know it ain't no love better than the one I got. You're sweet as could be, so special to me. And I swear it ain't no love, it ain't no love better than the one I got. It will always be you.
I do want to shout out the Dr. wife, Beverly. Oh yeah, she hooked the brother up. She hooked the brother up. Boss with us.
Baby, I can't get enough. I'm so excited just to have your love. Even when things get tough, you lift my world up. Girl, you're my doctor when I'm sick. Give me that feel-good medicine. Hold me close to thick and thin. Hope this love will never end. Ain't no love better than the one I got. You're sweet as could be, special to me. And I swear it ain't no love, ain't no love, ain't nobody bad. Better than the one I got. It will always be you. And I know it ain't no love, it ain't no love better than the one I got. You're sweet as could be, special to me. I swear it ain't no love better than my baby. Better than the one I got. It will always be yeah. Better than what I got. Better than what I got.
Okay. Without a doubt. Omaha, the Birds of Bless, the Thompson family has been, we actually play Jazzy, his daughter, on here all the time. So let me find her song real quick, and I'll give you a little toast of their family, their family skills, without a doubt. But first, since Martina's on, I got to play Martina's favorite song. I got to play her favorite song, and then I'm going to find jazzy music, and then we'll go from there. But Martine, since you're watching, this is your favorite song. This song is called Shooter by Man Swipes.
Yeah. Okay, Omaha, Las Vegas, smash. Yeah. Swiper, no swipe. Back up on the set and still broke ones ain't no piping. I'm in traffic like a license. Pitching with your vices. 10 times out of 10, I'ma get you righteous. Feel 150, push your pippy to the positive. Copped it with a Dodgers live. Stashed it where my nana live. All I want is Gouda. You can be the loser. If it's nookie over dollars, I would never choose her. I prefer to get it dumping. Ain't no set position. Another day, another no. That's another mission. I pull it off like Michelle. Fourth and inch, they put some chippers on the book. For my plans, bid in and hope the game never ever take me under where I'm running. Boy, I'm 4 season politicking summer by summer. My dice roll up down, maneuver, I'm back up now. Rainstorms, doggy, I be coming with that thunder cause I'm about that. I'm just a shooter, this is how the dice roll. I maneuver for the moolah, taking off a flight mode. Feeling like them old boys trying to strike gold. Everybody hustling cause we all like dough. Smash a poke. He be crying up a river, smash a broke. She be acting like a snitch. They really hate my team. I be chillin', it's the cream that got me doing my thing. Car Claudia's the miss, yeah. Got a bunch of feelings, better bottle that. I'm yelling like the strippers, where them dollars at? Your girlfriend a stallion got a lot of back. If she ever wanna take me shopping, I'ma honor that. Real Skrillin', speed no Ritalin. Gas tank full, sign a title with Dillerin. Either fly or flop, it get hot, raw cinnamon. Got a tip to speakers in my piss again. Hustle till you ain't got a breath up. Then you go 48 hours like that enough up. Then you put the 50s in my pocket, they just swept up. In here, the looter and the shooter get respect up. In here, don't doubt that. I'm just a shooter, this is how the dice roll. I maneuver for the moolah, taking off a flight mode. Feeling like them old boys trying to strike gold. Everybody hustling cause we all like dough.
Oh yeah, Wakanda 1. They're gonna be opening it up for Robert Jasper. Oh yeah, September 28th, I think. Boss with us. Wakanda 1.
The only time we have is right now. Forget about the time. Just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride on. We can slide on. Going where you can't even get no doubts on. Never alone. With you by my side, you don't complain. You like to ride. We going that way. Our movement's unique. You be queening, I be scheming. We achieving all our dreams. And oh yeah, we out here feeling right. And when we talk, we be speaking live. And when we walk, we remain alive. Happy or alive. It's so necessary when the world cold like February. Baby, this a movement, we gon' steady cruise it. Them folks be watching, but we peep the way they creep. Going off the grid with my baby love. Time the last thing that we thinking of. Oh, the only time we have is right now. Forget about the time, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. The only time we have is right now. Forget about the time, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. Ooh, time is on your side.
Wakanda 1. We're gonna be opening it up for Robert Jasper. 95.7 The Vault.
Time is on your side. 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 Time is on your
95.7 the ball.
Time is on your side.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, before we get out of here, I'm gonna pick you up some information that you can use. Oh yeah, without doubt, baby. No one does it like we do it. No one do it like we do it. Oh yeah. Wakanda one. Man, we got so much talent here in our community. From the birds of bluffs to the O, without doubt. Before we get out of here, I want to remind you guys they're having a set aside and record sealing clinic this weekend, sponsored by Legal Aid of Nebraska. You can register at legalaidofnebraska.org/set aside. SETASIDE, set aside. www.legalaidofnebraska.org/set aside. They're going to be setting aside prior convictions and sealing records. And so it's a free clinic for Dulles County and Sarpy County residents to be eligible. If you were convicted of a crime, sentenced to jail for a year or less, sentenced to probation, or were ordered to pay a fine, successfully completing your sentences, and have not committed a crime in the last 2 years, you qualify to get your misdemeanors or felonies set aside or sealed. So you can go to school or get that job that you were trying to get. And so if it's something that in your past and you changed, you had rehabilitated, go get that stuff set aside, get your record sealed so you can get that job or that career that you want. All right? Or that financial aid that you need to complete your school. So you probably have to, if you got a marijuana charge, this is a way you can get it set aside or sealed. Now you can apply for Pell Grants. All right? That's just one example. It's going on this Saturday over at the Heartland Workforce Solution, 5752 Ames Street, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. this Saturday. Tomorrow, do not miss it. Q-Tech Rock and Holland Foundations are sponsoring this also. So thank our neighbors for sponsoring this, without a doubt. Heartland Workforce Solution, 5752 Ames Avenue, 9 a.m., 12 p.m. You can get your prior records set aside or sealed. It's a free clinic. They'll walk you through the whole process, without a doubt. So this is one of the main reasons why we can't get a job or get an education or get housing, because of our past record. And if you have rehabilitated yourself, this is an opportunity to get your record set aside or sealed. Okay? Omaha, the birds, the bluffs. We're about to get out of here. You guys have a beautiful day. Boss with us.
Hey, it's your man with the plan, Mr. Live in the Mix, DJ Suede. I'm on your favorite radio station right now. I need you to turn me all the way up. Follow me on social media at DJ Suede USA, spelled out DJ SWAYD USA. Now turn your radios up and keep it locked. Let's go.
This is Tisha Campbell, and DJ Suede is rocking nothing but the hottest music. Tisha Campbell and DJ Suede.